Hey guys, Barney here from Dash Car Production, and I know it's been a really long time since I did my last video, about 2 months. Just been busy with work and taking care of my baby girl Myra, who's just 5.5 months now, so she's taken up a lot of my time. But I just insured my motorcycle. It's been a beautiful weekend and I actually took it for a ride. So this video is going to be about my first impressions of the Ducati V2 Panigale. So starting off, we'll talk about the looks. It's an absolutely beautiful motorcycle. From every angle, it's just jaw-dropping. I mean, they did the right updates from the 959. They put in the single-sided swing arm. They put in a TFT display. They brought down the V4 pretty much body design to the V2. So the front end looks beautiful with the 2 LED stripes and the 2 separate headlights that just look absolutely gorgeous. From the side profile, like I said, you see the full red rim on my bike and it just pops. It's beautiful. Even the back end with the LED strip lights, it looks really great. I mean, I get a lot of people coming up to me when I'm stopped or being, at a gas station or a red light, people saying, awesome bike, thumbs up, beautiful bike. And I do think the red and white color scheme of my bike is really nice, and it definitely pops out a lot more than the traditional Ducati red. I mean, you see the Ducati red everywhere, but when you see a white and red Ducati, it really stands out and it really pops. So if you want pure attention, get the white and red scheme. So let's talk about power-wise. Ducati has always been known to have a really punchy, strong mid-range, and that's because of the 2, big cylinders creating a lot of torque in the mid-range. So unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck in the braking period. I have 700 kilometers on my bike, so I'm not quite at that 1,000-kilometer mark. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, that's stupid, don't do that, but I follow the owner's manual. Give me crap for that, whatever, okay? I'm going to follow it along. But being limited to 5,000 RPM, you really feel the power of the bike from 3,500 RPM to 5,000 RPM. Yeah, it's actually very low on the bike because it revs out to 11,000 RPM. Even though I'm really stuck on that tiny little RPM band, it's still very powerful. I mean, I've easily beat any car. I never had an issue of just opening the throttle and just it flies out. And I can't wait to fully open it up and truly feel how the bike is. So the handling of the bike is absolutely amazing. Now granted, I haven't really pushed the bike too much. I still have some really fat chicken strips on the tire. But taking long sweepers at 100 kilometers, the bike just really glides into the turn, and once you lean and get the right angle of the bike, it holds it effortlessly. And when you're trying to flick the bike left and right, it's very easy. Feels like handling of a 600 cc's, because back in 2007, 2008, when I had my Gixxer 600, a lot of people said the 600s are a lot more easier to go left and right because they're lighter, more smaller. And with these modern bikes that are 1,000 cc, which the V2 is just under it, it feels like a 600. It handles like a 600, which is a huge compliment. So the one thing I really love about my Ducati V2, and I didn't think I'll enjoy it this much, is actually the quick shifter. It's so awesome. Like when you're going a little harder, you don't have to worry about pushing the clutch in or out. You just bang the gear shifter up or down and it changes flawlessly. It makes the riding experience a lot more easier, a lot more comfortable, especially when you're pushing the bikes. And when you're doing downshift, like every time you downshift, it automatically blips the engine, so it makes it a lot easier to have the perfect shifts, and you're not, over revving it or under revving it, having a jerky motion. It does it so smoothly. I mean, the odd times it does do a rough one for sure, but the design of the system is to go all out and higher RPMs. But considering that I've been in the bottom range of the bike, it's been very good. And at this point, the quick shifter is definitely a lot smoother than my left hand. It's actually really fun to fifth gear, then bam, bam, go down twice into like third gear and gun it like really quickly, and it sounds so good. It's very thrilling actually, very quick, very fast. It's a huge plus that, I can't see myself not riding another motorcycle without the quick shifter. That's how much I absolutely love it. All right, the comfort of the bike. I was on it for a total of probably 3 hours the other day. My butt was hurting, my hands were hurting. It's a little more on the uncomfortable side of bikes. And granted, I haven't ridden for a while, so my body's not used to it. But I remember riding my GSXR, which are probably known to be the most comfortable sports bikes. And yeah, there is definitely a difference. It's the riding position of the V2 is a little more aggressive. You feel like there's more weight on your wrist. So it's a little harder to commute longer ways, but all that really means is that you just have to take a few more breaks than you probably would on a different bike. Should that turn you away from the bike? Absolutely not, because at the end of the day, they're trying to make a really sporty bike, and it's going to come with the drawbacks of not being as comfortable. The seat, even though they made it like 2 inches thicker, it's still pretty stiff. Yeah, my butt was hurting quite a bit. And also the V2 exhaust system, or in most Ducatis with sport bikes, yeah, there is a lot of heat. When you're at a stop sign, I was about 23, 24 degrees. You feel this heatness around your legs. For me personally, it doesn't bug me too much. I don't mind it, which leads to the next point, the sound of the bike. I mean, sound is probably one of the best parts of the Ducati. It sounds beautiful. YouTube videos, the mic, it doesn't do justice. Do not make a decision based on a YouTube video of the sound. So this bike sounds really good. And the last point I just want to quickly touch upon is the TFT display. It's nice, it's beautiful, it's Audi inspired, it's very simple, easy to read. I had the sun directly on the TFT display, like riding back home, and I could see it easy. So I was very surprised I can still, how visible, how bright it is. So I don't have an issue with that. It tells you all the information you need, and you can change your riding modes. It tells you what, parameters you have on the bike for traction control, wheelie control. It's all there. So stay tuned for future videos. Definitely have a lot more motorcycle content coming up. And if you guys have any recommendations, what kind of videos you guys want, or more sound clips, just let me know. Hit me up. And having said that, we'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.